So what I'll be using to make the landing is this 4-foot by 8-foot piece of 2-pound geofoam. So it's basically been 3D printed. And what it was used for is I make walls. And so it's got these special cutouts. I'm just going to use it anyway because I can glue the cutouts in just as if it were a solid piece. So I'm going to place this 4 by 8 piece in this frame right here. And that's treated wood, so once I get that all set in the frame, then once I turn it over, it should be durable and termite and moisture resistant. Okay, so this is what I have. My foam piece fits exactly in this encasement that's ready to go. So I'm going to spray it up and seal it, and we'll see what happens. And that's about 1 can of expansion foam for $5. I like to flatten it down offset and then slide it back into place just to smooth out the foam. Then I'll come back and just hit the cracks right here. Spray adhesive foam that little piece that came off later.
Alright, so we'll end up using 2 cans of foam for the cost of about $10, not bad. It'll be in the ground forever, no moisture, no termites. So I can either do this or pour a concrete slab. Believe me, I'd rather do this. After having poured enough concrete slabs, I know what that's like. Dragging concrete, flat work, etc. Much easier. I just got these tanks filled, so I'll just use them. Normally I would use a tarp or something, but it's pretty clean. Might have a couple little pieces to grind up with my grinder or just chisel up, that's alright. That's set. Get a little more weight on top there, a couple more cans, and that's it.
So here's a better top view of what I was doing. So obviously I was just squirting foam in between the foam and the treated wood. And then what I do is come back and just run my hand over it to flatten it out. Obviously wear latex gloves. And I keep those on for a long while and keep flattening for about, I don't know, 10 minutes until it starts to set. So there's another reason I like using this expansion foam is that it sets up really quick. So I went inside and had a snack and it's already set up. I'll clean up these edges. I'll come through with a grinder and knock all this down. That's going to be the bottom part that actually sits on the sand bed. So it really doesn't matter that much, but I will go ahead and take off the big chunks. So here's my flattened sand bed that I'm going to put the foam side on. And obviously we want some positive drainage away from the door, so we'll need it to sit like that. I didn't put a level or anything on it yet because it's really preliminary. I still have to bring the slab in and fit it to the door, and then once I do that, then I'll get it I'm going to step on it and stuff, so I'll get it all smoothed out after I do all that. So I placed my slab down here on the first try, and actually it's pretty level going the other way, so where the level sits, as you can see, there's negative drainage, so I need to add about a 3/4 of an inch of sand up on this end here. Also, you can see I left some relief on the foam hanging out. I didn't take it all the way to the hardy backer board and the treated wood because I knew I had to deal with some of these pipes that are in the way. For example, that pipe, and then there's a J box right there that I plan to leave. So anyway, I can melt that away and get it to fit quite a bit better. So I'll lift my slab back up, add some dirt and sand, and make some reveals for those pipes. Okay, so I finally got some negative drainage. It's not much, almost flat. There's water coming off that roof, so it needs to drain somewhere. So that was important. And I'm really glad I left these reveals because I didn't have to mess with that 1x8. And yeah, it's a little bit sloppy in there, but all that gets expansion foam all through the cracks, all in there, just expansion foaming up just like I did on the slab. And then what I'll end up doing is backfilling all the way around here with sand or dirt or whatever. And that'll but I'm going to treat this first. I'm going to do probably a coating on this before I backfill it. So I want to make sure and get the sides and stuff with my coating so it looks nice, and I'm going to mesh it up. Now, funny enough, you could do anything here. You could do tile, you could do brick. My wife wants brick, so I might come back and do that. And I'll probably just apply that the same way with expansion foam instead of mortar. I mean, you can do it with mortar, and that's fine. But whatever is quick and easy for you. And yeah. This is just a follow-up on my last segment for smartoptionsgeofoam.com. You saw where I built the base SIP. I just built the step SIP the same way. Of course, that's built in the field, not from a factory as SIPs often come. You can see I foamed up the voids, and I'll come back and grind those smooth. I'll mesh up wood, hardy backer board, everything with a cementous material that's rated for outside. We're here in California, so the treated wood will be fine forever. If you live in a snow area or freezing area, you might use the polywood blend
like Trex decking or something like that.
And this is how we ended up the project, with the brick patio going to the back. I was going for this kind of secret garden feel. So my tenants moved in, so anyway, this is how my landing ended up looking. Still drying up after a bunch of rain, but here's the sides. There's a close-up. And this is just a simple coating that went right on top. And again, you can do tile or anything else. Sorry, there's the chines. So tile, brick, anything else that you want to do right on top of that. They even pour concrete on top of that. If they have unstable soil, they put down big blocks of geofoam, pour concrete right on top.